out? Yeah. She hasn't been in the tabloid storm for at least half an hour, so let's see if we can whip one up for her. Will you please welcome Kerry Katona?
You've done too much, much too young, and you're married with a kid when you should be having fun with me.
Nice to meet you properly. Kerry Katona, ladies and gentlemen, come on now. Well, now, Kerry, I believe congratulations order. Either you're pregnant or those Iceland snacks are more fattening than they look.
No, Iceland do Weight Watchers as well.
Do they?
And I'm just a baby-making machine. I've not got a TV at home.
How many months gone are you? When is the baby due?
This is really embarrassing because I look huge. I'm only 4 months.
Wow, 4 months on.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be... You might have 3 or 4 in there then, maybe.
No, there's just the one.
Hey, but that's nice to be biggie, so, you know, to cover it up, to keep the baby safe inside. It's all...
I know.
Hey, well, congratulations on having another baby.
Thank you.
Now, you have... How many children already do you have? You have a few already?
I have 3 children and a stepdaughter.
Do you know in advance what this is to be, whether it be a boy or girl? Do you prefer not to know?
I want to know. I'm under pressure to have a boy from my girls.
Oh, right, so they'd like a little brother?
They're like a little brother, yes.
OK. Kerry, let me ask you something here, and don't take this the wrong way, but what do you actually do? Because you have one of those... because you have one of those strange careers, which is very much a modern phenomenon.
I'm famous for being famous. I'm famous for being in the tabloids, for having a turbulent life. Oh, I'm famous for being in the red tops.
Well, that's enough to start with there, because you were a singer in the band.
Hang on, I'm famous for being a singer in a band with a #1 hit record under my belt.
Yeah.
I'm famous for being Mother of the Year twice.
Yeah. But that's a strange thing, because... Well,
yes.
Okay.
I'm winning the jungle.
Well, we say winning the jungle. That sounds very grand. You won I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of It. It says that you've won the rainforest. Stop it. Sit down. You're a pregnant woman. You mentioned the tabloids, and you've had a lot of friends and family have told stories about you, or sold stories about you.
So-called friends.
Yeah, yeah. But it seems to me like, up until now, perhaps, you've been quite a bad judge of character in some ways, because a lot of your friends have done this.
Well, not only friends.
Your mum as well.
My mother.
You know, that must have been a pretty horrible thing for anyone to have you become famous and then your parent sells a story on you.
Yeah.
But you're completely estranged from her now. You have nothing to do with her.
I wish my mother no harm, and I do love her. She's my mum. But I'm a better person without her in my life. I mean, if she wanted money, she could have just asked me and I'd have given it to her, rather than go and sell a story and make her, you know, a load of rubbish up.
Do you not think maybe you should try and build bridges, though, and make things right again, even though
How
it was...
could you ever trust a person who's done that?
But then what can she do that's going to hurt you now? What could she do next, really? What could be, you know?
If she can do that to me, what can she do to her grandchildren?
Well, but then wasn't some of the stuff she told the papers about true? Weren't you misbehaving in some ways? Wasn't drugs involved and stuff like that? Was that...
I did take drugs, which was over nearly 4 years ago now. Yeah. My mum's a self-confessed cocaine addict, and I actually thought that a newspaper had gone round to my mum's and offered her a bag of cash. And I thought she was off her head. And I thought that's why she'd done it. But she actually planned the whole thing. Right.
But what I was saying there wasn't there some truth in what she said, though? So you're saying what you don't want around, but if you're not doing stuff like that, then no one can say that to the papers without you saying, well, you can't bring that, that's not true.
There was no truth in the fact... She told truth in that I have taken drugs, which
but not when she said...
No.
But, you know, the problem is, of course, you know, your family are your family, and... you know, there does come a stage when you think, oh, maybe I wish I had managed to make amends and maybe persuade her to change.
I would love my mother to meet her granddaughter, who she's never met.
Well, you could bring that about.
I could bring that about.
Well, then why don't you?
Because she's, as far as I know, she's still not mentally well and she's still doing naughty things, and I don't think... Now, if my children are in that house and my mum gets busted for whatever she does and social services get involved... Who gets the blame?
Kerry, do what they do in movies. Meet on a park bench somewhere with observers, you know what I mean? Then no one's going to get
because then she'll have a brown paper bag with a bottle of vodka in it.
OK, I can understand. Look, it's right that you want to protect your children, absolutely, from that sort of situation, and no one would judge you for that. You mentioned you'd been Mother of the Year a couple of times, and then...
I got voted worst mother this year.
Well, you know, I was thinking maybe why people like you... Yeah, but maybe why people like you is because you're a human being, and like we all are good on some days and bad on others. We all have highs, we all have lows, all of us have flaws. And if we're honest about that, you know, no one can really pass judgment on someone else without acknowledging their own. And I think one of the reasons why people like you is the fact that you are pretty honest about those things, you know?
I am, yeah.
You know, I mean, I know sometimes...
I think that's a downfall of mine, that I'm too honest. I mean, I think when I say being a parent is one of the hardest jobs, you've got kids, yeah?
Yes.
It's one of the hardest jobs in the world, but the most rewarding. And what it is, people tend to believe what they read. And I adore my children. And I had 4 sets of foster parents, 8 different skills, 3 refuges for battered wives and kids. I would never... You know, I watched my mum slit her wrist from the age of 3 onwards. So my main concern is my children. Yes, I made a mistake and I took cocaine when I separated with my first husband for a period of a year. You know, my children never saw it. I'm not saying that's right. You know, I've made mistakes in my life, but give me a break. Come on.